How did Al approach you to work on this film?
It was actually the other way around for my involvement with Time Travel Boy. Al had mentioned that he was going to be shooting a film locally, and me, being the spunky little toddler that I am, said, Al, I want to help out on your film. What can I do? When can I do it? And I sort of bugged him about it, probably for about 3 or 4 weeks, until he eventually capitulated and said, all right, kid, you can do this. And that's how I got involved. It was probably mid-September he first mentioned it, and I bugged him about it until October, and we shot.
Is this film your style?
My style? I don't necessarily think so. The kind of film that I'm into is more on the strange experimental side of things. However, as a learning experience, it was fantastic. Al is extremely good at what he does. He's very meticulous. Everything is well planned, well placed, well shot, and in that regards, it was marvelous. So, though it's not particularly my thing, it is definitely a good thing.
How much work did you have to do for the film?
I was there for all 3 days of the shoot that were here in the Scranton area. It was pretty much a dawn to dusk kind of thing on all 3 days. Depending on what location it was at, there was a lot of, running generators around in the cemetery, which was a lot of fun, and, watching the young actor. His name escapes me right now, but he was kind of a handful. A couple of us had to tend to him in between shots on set. Actually, he was very fond of a specific type of pasta called, what he called cavata pipi, and we weren't sure if it was caca pipi. Possibly, one of the two. We weren't sure if it actually existed, and we had to try to hunt this down at various pasta joints in the hood, though we couldn't actually find it, and we had to give him cavatellis instead.
Was it a good experience to work with Al and his crew?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They were marvelous. Actually, like I said earlier, a big thing for this was a huge learning experience for me. A lot of the things according to the call sheets, I was the gaffer, so I was hanging out with Matt Wright, who was the director of photography, just absorbing all of his different lighting techniques. And later on, something we used in Time Travel Boy, I tried for a short production that I did myself, which involved simulating daylight at night by positioning your lights outside of your house or your windows based on the location of the sun where it would be, in the morning.
Just like with the generator thing and everything? Like outside in the graveyard?
No. Well, that was actually a night scene, but this was an indoor scene we were doing where we had to simulate daylight. It was supposed to take place in the morning, but we were shooting it, I think, at approximately 8, 9 o'clock at night. So to do that, we, calculated the location of the sun and placed our lights accordingly, which was pretty cool, if I say so myself.
Did you get into any disagreements throughout this film?
No, for me, it was very amicable. As I said, I was on this as a student. I was there to learn, and I was not there to shake the boat and ruffle feathers. I simply absorbed as much as I could absorb from the emitters, shall we say, the aquifers that were Al Monelli's film crew.
Oh my god, I'm just gonna record that.